Let's be real. Starting, running, and scaling a coaching business can feel exhausting. I mean, you've got the marketing, the hustling, the selling, all that stuff you didn't realize you would need to master when you decided to start a coaching business. For anything like me, you started your coaching business to change the world, to improve the lives of others while improving your own. Well, the truth is, running a business doesn't have to be as hard as many of us have made it out to seem. And you don't even have to do all that hustling stuff if you don't want to. You really can get into flow, into your zone of genius, and get back to the work you were sent here to do. But you have to ask for help. You have to be willing to work in new ways. You have to be willing to open up your mind to mentors who might be doing it differently than you've ever considered. And you have to be willing to actually implement new ways of thinking and running your business. If you're up for that, stay tuned. I'm Hanna Hermanson, your certified coach, international speaker, author, and yes, the founder of Dream Life is Real Life and the host of this show. And I've been able to help hundreds of coaches build, scale, and enjoy their online businesses. Essentially, make their dream life their real life. And if you'd like help improving your business life and get your coaching business to the next level, we might be able to help you. Head on over to dreamlifeisreallife.com/show to get all the resources and episodes that we talk about in this community. You can join our Facebook community, you can find me on Instagram, but more importantly, if you're really ready to integrate what you learn here today and on other episodes, then you'll be able to set up a complimentary 10-minute chat with my team. Again, at dreamlifeisreallife.com/show, no strings attached. We love getting to know you and seeing what are the right next moves for you. But now let's get on to the show. In this podcast, you'll find the real people, concrete tactics, and weekly motivation and inspiration to make your dream life and business real. I started this podcast to bring you role models that I never had. We talk to successful entrepreneurs, freedom seekers, business owners, and people living life on their own terms. To be a true leader, to create the legacy you desire, and to live in alignment, you need a tribe lifting you up. And I've made it my mission to be your tribe, to bring them to your ears at least, because after all, we are all in this together. Now, let's cue the music. Hello. I just told Mac, I was like, I'm feeling ranty. I'm going to go live. I got something to say. So here we are. And happy day to you, wherever you're tuning in from. I do have something on my mind, and it's always so interesting. I say this all the time, that when there's a theme that comes up multiple times in coaching conversations, I know that there's a theme and that it's not just us in, the Dream Life is Real Life programs, but this is a conversation that I would want to share more broadly. And this came up yesterday in our group coaching call, and I think that you all are adult enough to hear this because it is some direct coaching, the type of, tough love and real feedback that I gave clients yesterday. And it came from this question of, what are some of the differences, or what should we be aware of as we're going to six figures? What's the difference between starting and being at six figures? And it's simple. There's something you need to stop doing if you are ready, if you really want to go to six figures, and you need to stop being selfish. Stop being selfish if you want to go to six figures. This is what I mean. If you are not at six figures yet, you are focusing way too much on yourself. The people who are struggling, the coaches who aren't at six figures yet, are the ones who care what other people think about them. They're the ones who worry about getting rejected. They're the ones who care what kind of response they get on the other side, or they worry about losing followers, or they don't want to come off as salesy, so they hold themselves back. And that's selfish. You've got the spotlight on you, how you're going to feel, how you're going to look, how it's going to be for you. And you've got to stop that. You have to shift your perspective outside of yourself, off of yourself, and into service. Okay? Think about it this way. Let's say that in your program, you cure cancer. I have health coaches that I've worked with that literally do this. They have a cure to cancer. I don't know if you guys are aware of how many people are impacted by cancer, how much money they spend to research a cure, how many years have been going on, how many walk for the cures I've done in my life, how many of my immediate family members have been impacted. And if I knew someone out there had the cure to cancer, I would surely like to know that. But if they were too selfish and they were sitting on the cure to cancer on their couch, not feeling like sharing it on Instagram, not feeling like asking people if they know anyone with this problem, that's pretty selfish. So you have to have the conviction in your coaching program that it can save lives. And I know that you all have something like that. This is why I work with coaches, because you can literally change lives, transform people, save lives. And so you have to build the conviction in your program as though you are a doctor and that it is your duty to go out and save lives. Okay, so one of our clients asked, I'm having this battle in my head. I'm watching myself hesitate when it comes to marketing. And she said, I don't know if it's because I'm really not ready yet, or because I do need to do some other things before I put it out, or I don't know if it's just me holding myself back and getting caught up in limiting beliefs. And I asked her, I'm like, well, if you had the cure to cancer, what would you be doing? Would you be perfecting your website, or would you be out talking on the streets about it? And we had to come back to this doctor mindset that each of you have a cure, have a solution that people need every single day. I don't care if they're busy because of the holidays. I don't care if people are over 2020. It is your job as a doctor to show up with the cure for the people who need it every single day. Now, I'm not saying you have to hustle every day. That is not my vibe. But what I am saying is that if you want to go to six figures and you want to be able to charge premium prices and you want to be able to reach the masses or reach enough people to, make the impact that you desire, then you've got to get out of your own way. You have to take the spotlight off of you and how it's going to feel for you and be thinking about the impact. People on the other side of the screen, that's all they are, you guys, real people on the other side of the screen who might be looking for what you have. Now, as we go out and do this, we are doctors and we are also treasure hunters, okay? Because if you've hung out with me enough, you've heard me say this before, but if I had a tattoo, I think it would say SW, 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 SW. Comment below if you guys know what I'm talking about when I talk about the 4 SWs, because doctors know that not every single person needs them. Doctors know that some will need the cure to cancer, need your coaching program. Some won't. They don't have that problem. So what? Someone is waiting. And when you can think about this doctor on a treasure hunt metaphor and see yourself looking for those people who are waiting, who are crying themselves to sleep at night, who are wasting their money on Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and 24-hour fitness and all these other things they don't actually need, and they are struggling and they are alone, you can go out with a service mentality, seeking the people who are waiting for your solution, who are ready to invest in their own transformation with you as their coach. So I just want to remind you, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're wondering, why does it work for some people? Why haven't I hit my income goals this year? You can go out and blame the society, the economy, the weather, whatever you want to blame. Or you can shift your perspective, take the spotlight off of you, stop being selfish, and get into service. Being that expert, that doctor who's hunting for the treasures, who's wanting to connect with the right people who need you at the right time. And sometimes, a lot of times, that means getting out of your comfort zone. But we didn't sign up to be comfortable as coaches. We signed up for growth, which is synonymous with discomfort. Anytime you're growing, you're moving outside of your comfort zone. So you signed up for growth. You signed up for transformation. You're going to have to make a change, and you signed up for service.
So keep those things in your mind the next time you're hesitating about making an ask or posting or sharing or moving forward in your business, because getting to 6 figures is simple. It's not easy to go do it. I understand that, but it is simple. If you show up every day with a service mindset, looking for someone who is waiting for you. And if you feel like you don't have that conviction, you're not exactly sure that you save lives yet, you can't even compare yourself to curing cancer, you don't feel like your solution is that big, let me know. I'm happy to talk. This is the first pillar of our program. We get you clarity to make sure that you can confidently enroll people into a program, not just hold their hand and make them feel good, but confidently enroll them into a high ticket transformational program. We have lots of videos about this on YouTube as well, but that is step number 1. It is be confident that you have a cure that people need and stop being so selfish, keeping it to yourself. All the other stuff, the second 2 pillars of the program are connection and credibility. And those things are great, but they're never going to matter if you don't have the foundation of confidence and clarity that you save lives and people need you. So if you have questions on this, I am here, holler at me. Otherwise, I'll drop a YouTube video a little bit more on how to really get that clarity. It's not a YouTube video, it's a mini challenge to really get that clarity on what your offer is so you can show up like the doctor and quit being selfish, get out of your own head and hit those 6 figures in your coaching business, even in 1 week. Like we just posted, our client had a 10K week because she was just in service. The same can be true for you.
That's right, friends. That'll do it for our show today. But remember, if you're really ready to implement and take these ideas into action, then hop on over to dreamlifeisreallife.com/show, and you can access all of the resources we talked about, and more importantly, set up a complimentary 10-minute phone call with my team so that we can help you get clarity and some concrete action steps in place. So this doesn't just become another one of those feel-good moments, but an opportunity to actually make a change in your life and business, because all good things come in action. So we'll see you over there at dreamlifeisreallife.com/show and next week here on the show.